Well, catching drills, and this is really important for young men to remember this, because a lot of young men have been coached to do things in the drills in order to get low pop times that are not game actions. And by that I mean setting up with the high rear end, getting loaded before the thing, all of it to maximize pop times. And this is counterproductive. That may work really well when you're dealing with somebody who is easily impressed or not experienced, but that doesn't apply to perfect game scouts. Because I will tell you, when I see a young man set up, preloaded, feet in non-game position, high ass, everything like that, the grade's going down, because that's not a realistic way to show your tools. Your pop time is not going to be indicative of your true abilities. When I see a catcher line up in drills with a low flexible set on his toes, but even to the pitcher, and then throw a 1.8, then I'm really impressed. I'm even impressed if he throws a 1.9. Because he's using realistic game conditions. And that's what we're evaluating, is how a player is going to play in the games. And I mentioned before that the best way to judge catchers of any position is to watch them in the games. You watch how they receive pitches. You watch how they shift. You watch not only their mechanics blocking the ball, but whether they're even willing and interested in blocking the ball. And then, of course, you evaluate, their throwing mechanics. And something here that I may be a little different on than most scouts, arm strength is not the end-all to evaluating a catcher. It's something I think we tend to put too much emphasis on as part of the whole defensive package for a catcher. Being able to repeat your mechanics, being athletic enough to repeat your mechanics and make accurate throws, the receiving the ball, the makeup that goes into being a successful catcher, that requires seeing a young man play frequently, is harder to evaluate than simple arm strength, but it's so much more important in the big package for a catcher. And that's why I think a lot of scouts are a little bit shy about drafting high school catchers high, because they just haven't seen enough of these very important things from game to game in order to be comfortable with their evaluation. And quite honestly, we've seen a lot of catchers be drafted in the first round over the last few years, and I think a lot of that is because scouts get to see these high school catchers play, especially at perfect game events at a high level of competition, far more repetitions, far more times they've seen them handling pitchers with with major league stuff, and they become more comfortable in their evaluations. I think that's why one of the great benefits, if you want to break it down to a position that perfect game has had on the draft, is in the evaluation of catchers.